Seconds out, Ayman Khan here with Dillian Whyte as we prepare for Beterbiev versus Yarde unified light heavyweight titles on the line. Dean, how you doing?
I'm not bad. How you doing, sir?
Not too bad at all. Even better to be in your company. Dean, let me get your finger on the pulse in terms of how you see this fight going between Beterbiev and Yarde. People are saying that it's a steep task for Yarde, but if he can do it, if he can land on Beterbiev, he might be able to get him out.
Be interesting to see what kind of damage he does, if he can land. If he can land a big, left hook or right overhand or whatever it is, a straight right down the path, it will be, or uppercut, whatever it is, with Yarde fashion, Yarde power, what we've seen he's possessed over the guys he's faced. But yet again, this is a different opposition, this is a different pedigree, this is a different kettle of fish. As we know, 19 fights, 19 knockouts, stellar amateur, stellar pro. It's a whole different kettle of fish. Hopefully Yarde can do it Saturday night. Let's see. It's all to play for.
Yarde made a point. He said that if I beat Beterbiev, give me the respect. Do you think boxing fans will give him that respect if he beats him?
They must have. What else are they going to... What choice are they not going to have if he beats him?
Let's turn our attention to something else. Just last weekend, we saw Chris Eubank Jr. beaten by Liam Smith in resounding fashion. Dean, not very many predicted that. I just wondered if that took you by surprise.
Absolutely, man. I was shocked. Still am shocked. Not shocked to say that he couldn't beat him, but in the fashion he was beaten. So yeah, still shocked. But yeah, again, credit to the man that is Liam Smith, credit to the Smith family. They always believe, and I spoke to him, I was out at the boxer party after, and I said, you know what, I didn't expect that, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't feel that you possessed that kind of power to do that. He come up in weight and he came up bigger and stronger, and he was the little wrecking ball from round one until the fight ended. Dean,
a lot of people have mentioned that Chris coming down to the weight took the resistance out of him, and the previous weight cut he did for Conor Ben, him going through with it when the fight didn't end up materialising, took the resistance out of him. Is that the case?
Of course it can. It's just an argument. I don't know his body. He's 33. It's definitely going to play a part on you having to come down from 170 all the way down to 157, then go back up possibly to 170, and then have to come back down to middleweight. I looked at his legs, I looked at his body, he looked very drawn, he looked very drained. And then, having to compete with someone who is a very capable, skillful, with the skill set he has, and a world-class fighter that Liam Smith is, and that experience. And it showed on the night that, I don't know if he was himself in there, but yet again, that style with that lead jab hand being so low didn't help him.
Where does Eubank Jr. go from here? A lot of people still calling for the Ben fight. Do you want to see that fight, Dean?
I feel like he's got a contract. I think he should do that. He's been paid handsomely to, fight and, make money. He didn't have the kind of pedigree and amateur career these guys had. So I think he should, honour the contract. The Ben fight will be there. And after that kind of performance, Ben is a seek and destroy kind of cat. The Dark Destroyer. So it actually makes it more interesting to see. Now that we've seen it, there is a chink and that he can be knocked out, it makes for a more intriguing fight, because before it was like, well, he ain't been knocked out, Ben's never going to do that. Same with Liam. He's never been stopped. Liam's never going to do that. And we've all proven wrong. So it all makes for an interesting fight down the line once all this is, starts to get cracking.
Well, hopefully Fury and Usyk start to get cracking. The negotiations are taking place, which is opening the door, it seems, potentially for Wembley, Dean.
Going to be a great fight, man. I'll be cheering for the Gypsy King to do his thing. Belly's going to get you. Remember that advert? Belly's going to get you. Hopefully he kicks Usyk's head in. But, another stellar amateur, stellar pro, and someone who's amazing skill set. So as we saw, he beat Joshua 2 times. Even though I wanted Joshua to win, but he beat him 2 times. And now the big Gypsy King can go out there and use his big old lummox frame, jab his head off, lean on him and take those titles and bring them back to these shores.
What's the latest with Dillian? I read online that potentially Wallin might be back in the frame. Is that the case? What's on the table for Dillian?
I don't know what Dillian's doing. I'm in the black box business, not the Dillian Whyte business. But I did hear that. I didn't ask him about who he's facing. We just speak. We have mainly arguments about mindless rubbish, but macho stuff. You always clash for whatever the reason. But I don't think it's a great fight. But look, I've said that many times to everyone else. I just think Dillian needs to try and have a comfortable fight just to keep him purring over, keep him ticking over. Any heavyweight fight is a dangerous fight. Fighting a southpaw, 6'7", can move, mobile, is always tricky. But Dillian doesn't do anything by halves. He doesn't do anything easy, so it's one of those ones. But I personally don't. But it's not. It's not my business. They do what they do. He's got his team, and they advise him, and they'll get the biggest fight that's available. I do think he should fight to keep himself active, because Dillian's always performs better when he is active. So let's see what happens.
Who is a comfortable fight for Dillian?
There's no comfortable fight. Heavyweight boxing, what is comfortable? Once you're like 16, 17 stone trying to punch someone on the chops, if it lands, there's no comfort in that. You know what I mean? It's just one of them things. But I mean, I don't know. Look, Dillian wants big fights, big money, so he's going to have to fight decent names. But I just feel like, if he could get a run out, fight someone, just keep that ring activity, keep that engine purring. It's good business for him. A smooth engine, a car service well, runs well. You know what I mean? You don't want to be coming off Joshua having this fight, you fighting last year, not fighting until summer, and then he's like more active than you. It gives you a little bit of a handicap potentially, some would say. But I don't know. Look, it's a good fight. Hopefully we hear whatever it is down the line, and we'll see what happens.
I suspect you maybe feel the same way about Joshua with him taking on Franklin. Not signed and still delivered yet, but might well be.
Yeah, I think it's a good fight. I think it's a good yardstick, and I think it shows, where Joshua is, if he can go in there and better what Dillian did. I mean, styles make fights. I think Joshua's style maybe tailored more, but, him to get this fight is off the back of that great performance he put in against Dillian, showing his toughness, his skill, his speed, so his tough chin. So it's going to be interesting, man. But I'm looking forward to it as a boxing fan. I just want to see big fights. I want to see people's head getting punched in. And long live boxing, long live all the good fights.
Dean, the whispers are that Joshua gets through his fight, Dillian gets through his next fight, like you're saying, the two meet in the summer.
And that's the talk. So let's hope that goes down the line, and let's see what happens.
If you were looking at, take Dillian out of the equation, but if you were looking at any fighter to fight Joshua now, is it the best time to get him coming off those losses?
Obviously, if someone's coming off 2 losses, obviously confidence, someone might say, is misplaced, But, as a champion, I believe that he has the mental mindset. He'll come back and he'll come back good. But some would say, coming off 2 losses, it is a fragile situation to be in. Now, Dillian's, coming off the loss from Fury, coming back, getting this tough earned win, that's put some good, valuable, energy back into his tank, and confidence, well-earned confidence back into his tank. Him saying now that he can go back and, get on the wagon and fight someone else. But I think he needs to go again. I think he needs to stay active. But, hey.
Someone who's looking to maybe enter into the heavyweight ranks, and Tyson Fury is giving him a call out. Francis Ngannou has called Tyson Fury back out. Is Francis Ngannou watching MMA? Do you think he has the abilities to transition over into boxing?
It's not the same, man. He's a big old lump. His probably feet are stiff as shit. I do like him as an athlete. Done a tremendous job coming from where he's come from. He came as an immigrant into France, was it, I believe, and then managed to, change his whole life, make millions, build houses, wells, and schools, or whatever he's doing in his country. Credit to the man. But boxing footwork is something, it takes a lot of time and dedication to deliver. I just don't believe he has that footwork. He has the power, yes, but you have to hit the target, and the target needs to stay there for you to do that. Dylan's got a world-class jab, he's got good movement. It'll be a hard fight. I believe Dillian wins boxing-wise. I think Fury wins boxing-wise. It's a good fight. I think it's interesting. He's a big old lump, so no one's going to want to stand in front of him and fucking fannying around, because when he lets his detonator go, whatever that clumps is probably going to sleep.
Do you think Dillian would have the best chance against him if any fighter was to fight him in the cage because of Dillian's background?
Yeah, coming from Muay Thai and MMA, I'd say so. I'd say so. Obviously, Ngannou isn't the best wrestler out there either. He's only just recently started to get a little bit better with transitions and holds and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So I think Dillian, as long as if he wanted to do that and he found the right team, got back to doing sprawls and get back to his Muay Thai kickboxing, I think he'll do good, because I believe that Dillian was probably a better kickboxer than him. But yet again, he probably is a big old unit, and probably think my best chance is to take him to the ground and pound him, which probably I think that might be a good opportunity, because he is a big old unit. You don't want that big old lumberjack lying on you like some fucking sled. You know what I mean? Like a big old bear.
Well, Dean, you're also getting into action yourself. You're looking to start off Black Box Global's fight 2023 with a bang. When are the shows coming up?
We've got a show in 2.5 weeks. 2 weeks this Saturday, back at the Tower, February 11th. Got a great stacked card, and we've got a great stacked year, to be honest. We've got February, March, April, May, June, July, and so on, September, and throughout the rest of the year. And we got into the boxing to get into the title side of things, and that's where we are. And it's a great time to be in boxing, and it's a great time to be a promoter and a manager and push on. And it just shows all the hard work and dedication I put in, and the team is transpired, and it's proven us right that we we believe we could do it, and now here we are.
Dean, looking forward to seeing your progress this year. Looking forward to the fight this weekend. Thanks for being to Seconds Out.